Okay, so story time. It was Corona time, it's still Corona time, and they had this curfew where they said not to go to the beach, they said not to, they basically said not to go to the beach or a public gathering, and the curfew was at 3 p.m. to 6 a.m. We decided, but in some way reluctant, but in some way, we want to do something. So we went there. I went on a boat. It was 5 of us. It was my friend Emma, my mother, father, and his friend Marcus. So there we are, preparing the boat and everything. We went out to the reef that's located here close to Belmont, and we went there. Marcus cleaned up the boat underneath, and while we were snorkeling at the reef and just enjoying our time doing something, and then so there we were ready to leave, sailing nice, smooth, and then we reached close to Bluefields Beach, and they pulled out the front sail. The front sail started giving problems because of this rope that is very slack on the front, so they tried to fix that. We tried to fix that. And so we tied down that front sail because it broke off in the wind. And then after that happening, my hat flew off. One of the nice suede brown hats flew off, disappeared forever. I wanted to jump in, but I didn't. And I looked at it while walking to the back of the boat, just looking at it, and then this big gust of wind came out of nowhere. And then I just dropped off the boat. So I fell off the boat. First thing I can remember is just seeing them disappear. My father telling me something about get back on the boat. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to get back on the boat? Like, it's drift away so far. So there, I'm in the water now, just looking at them drifting away. Swimming after them. For the first time, I tried to swim after them. I'm gonna drink some tea, 1 second. There I was, in the water, looking at them, swimming after them. The first time I swim after them, I was getting closer. I was like, oh shit, halfway there from where I was. And then the boat turned around again because like the sail was still up, and they had to come down for them to like turn the boat 180, because if they turn the boat like immediately, the sail will just like flop around and then just break. So they were trying to put down the sail, but by that time the boat went way too far for me to swim after it. So then I was like, I'm not tiring out myself to swim after this boat. I was more angry in this water than anything. I was never scared. I was just like kind of angry at the situation. My heart gone, and there I was in the water, and I decided, let me just go swim back in, because I can see land. You know, shore is right there. But it took like an hour and a half to just swim. Well, it took like an hour to swim, but I was already in the water half an hour chasing the boat. So I was in the water for a total of an hour and a half or a little more. I couldn't tell a specific time, but it felt like that. And so while swimming, there was this pilot fish swimming along with me on my stomach, and also my feet. It was one of them, but I think it was just one, because I tried to look, but you know, everything's so blurry. But I tried to like swim faster and faster every time just to get away from it, because like if there's a pilot fish, there's possibly a shark around, maybe, just maybe. I thought about it in the water, but it wasn't my main concern. It was like, okay, let me just swim, reach land, and that's it. Swim, reach land, boom. So there I am now on land, and I stood on this rock on this cliffside at Mearnsville, because that's where it happened, and I was waving at the boat. Nobody ain't seeing me. So I was just like, forget, I'm gonna climb up this hill and try to get somebody to call. So the moment I climb up this hill, there's this heap of garbage burnt on the side of the hill. Not good. not cool. And I had to walk through it, but I tried to avoid it as possible, but I had to. And I got a cut on my foot bottom. Foot bottom. Yeah. And it's like a split, but it's healing right now. It's yeah, after reaching on top of that hill, there was this like random woman asking me if I came off of this boat. And I'm like, yeah man, come off the boat. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, they're okay, but I'm not. And so then I just walked off because I was very close to my auntie's house, the Ramsons. You know, we're like family still, just down the road from where I climbed up the hill. And no one was home at the moment, so then I decided to walk to another friend's house, Shakira, at the Winston's house. So I walked there, and she was there. Thankful for that, because then I tried to call my mom, and could not get her. So at that moment, she offered me a drive home, so I took it, and I just went home and grabbed a beer, not a beer, Smirnoff from the fridge, and lay down in the hammock thinking of what should I do now to contact everybody else, to tell them I'm okay, because I couldn't do it. And so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna walk back where the boat should be. The whole Ramson family came and picked me up, just driving along the road. It's like, what happened guys, like, what's up? And they're looking at me like, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what a relief this is, and and I'm oblivious to what's really happening at that moment. So I'm there in the car and I'm like, damn, oh yeah, that makes sense. They think I drowned, my mom overreacted. I swear to God, my dad would actually calm her down and tell her what I would be doing, you know? But apparently that wasn't really the case. She wasn't calm, she was freaking out. She called everybody. She called, not everybody, I don't know who she called. She called my sister, and my sister called everyone with a boat. She called Busha, ready to get soldiers to come get me from in the water. She called Jacko from Negril. I don't know what good that was gonna be, but all the way in Negril would not come for a guy in Belmont. And then she called Wendy as well, because they have a boat. So she called Wendy Ramson, and they saw me on the road. They picked me up. So that's how they knew. That's why they picked me up, and they brought me to where the boat was, which it wasn't the same location where I was walking to. So they brought me there. It was in Cave at the Wallace, at Mr. Wallace's place. And yeah. I just see everybody coming off the boat. I just walked in smiling. He's like, hey, what happened? And then my mom just come to me crying, and she just hugged me. And then my Auntie Bev too was just crying. And then that's just where everything just got so emotional. And I was fine. But in my mother's eyes, it was like, oh my God, my child just drowned, you know? And it was just kind of scary for her. But in the end, it worked out. Everybody worked up. Like, all the parents got scared. Yeah. So yeah, that's the story. I'm saved. Oh, and one thing. I find out with these police officers, they not even putting the effort out to actually come search for me. They've been asking my mother questions like, why are you out? Because of this quarantine? And like, they made that their first priority rather than someone's life, because of this government rule, because this is what's happening now. So they're just focused on that, because this is bigger than someone drowning apparently, because you'll get fined if you're out after 3 or whatever. So that's what I think, that's what their main concern, just money, to get their piece of the pie instead of saving a life. You believe that?